Have you ever had one of those days where you wake up and before your feet even hit the floor, you already feel tired? Maybe you chalk it up to getting older, or you tell yourself it's just a bad night's sleep. But what if your body's trying to tell you something deeper? What if it's whispering, I need more rest, and we're just too busy or too used to pushing through to really hear it? After 60, rest isn't just about getting a good night's sleep. It becomes a whole new kind of nourishment, something your body craves just like food or water. Yet, so often we overlook the signs. We think, I'm just getting old, or I'm supposed to slow down. But the truth is, your body is still capable of amazing things. It just needs a little more care, a little more listening, and a little more kindness from you. In today's conversation, I want to share something that could make a real difference in your life. We're going to talk about the 3 most overlooked signs that your body is asking, sometimes pleading, for more rest. And when you know what to look for, you can start giving yourself the time, space, and care you truly deserve. Because rest isn't a luxury. At your stage of life, it's one of the most powerful medicines you have. Let's start with something that might surprise you. Feeling forgetful or foggy more often than usual. You know, those moments when you walk into a room and completely forget why you're there. Or when you're telling a story and suddenly the right word slips just out of reach. It's easy to laugh it off or blame it on age, but brain fog can actually be one of the first ways your body waves a little red flag, saying, hey, slow down. I need a break. When you don't get enough restorative rest, your brain doesn't have the chance to sweep away all the clutter that builds up during the day. Imagine your mind like a busy kitchen. You need time at the end of the day to wash the dishes, wipe down the counters, and put everything back in its place. Without that cleanup, everything starts to feel messy, overwhelming, and harder to manage. Now, occasional forgetfulness is normal, but if you're noticing it more often, especially when you're feeling extra tired or stressed, that's a sign to check in with yourself. Are you truly resting, not just sleeping? Are you giving yourself permission to slow down during the day, to sit quietly with a cup of tea, to close your eyes and breathe without feeling guilty? True rest isn't about being lazy. It's about resetting your whole system so you can continue living fully and joyfully. Another overlooked sign your body needs more rest is when small aches and pains seem to show up for no reason at all. You know what I mean? The kind of aches that creep into your shoulders, your back, your knees, without any clear injury. It's tempting to just brush them off or assume they're a part of getting older. But often, they're your body's way of saying, I'm tired. I need more time to heal. When we're well rested, our bodies are amazing at repairing themselves. Tiny tears in muscles heal overnight. Inflammation goes down. Our joints get a little break from the work they do every day. But when rest is missing, even little strains can turn into lingering pain. It's like trying to fix a leaky roof without ever taking a break from the rain. You need that pause, that dry space, to really make repairs. So if you're feeling more stiffness or soreness than usual, even if you haven't done anything particularly strenuous, it might be your body nudging you to slow down. Maybe it's asking for an extra hour of sleep. Maybe it's asking for a midday nap, a gentle walk instead of a busy errand run, or simply a few more quiet moments stretched out in your favorite chair. And here's something important to remember. Rest isn't just about lying down. Rest can be active, too. It can be a slow, mindful stretch in the morning, a peaceful stroll around your garden, or sitting outside and watching the bird for a while. Rest is about giving your body and mind space to breathe. It's about easing away from a constant go, 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 and allowing yourself to simply be. Now, let's talk about a third sign that often gets overlooked. The feeling of being easily overwhelmed by little things that never used to bother you. Maybe it's a small change in plans that suddenly feels like a big deal. Maybe it's a minor inconvenience that leaves you frustrated or teary-eyed. Emotional resilience is deeply connected to physical rest. When your body is tired, your emotions often are too. It's a little like having a short fuse. When we're rested, we can laugh things off, adapt, and stay calm. But when rest is missing, even a dropped glass or a slow drive on the road can feel like the end of the world. If you're noticing that your patience feels thinner, your tolerance lower, or your emotions are a bit closer to the surface, it might not be about being too sensitive. It might be that your body and mind are crying out for more restoration. And that's not a flaw. That's a beautiful human signal that you are alive, that you still care, and that you're in tune with yourself enough to notice when something feels off. Listening to that signal is one of the kindest things you can do for yourself. Giving yourself permission to rest, to truly, deeply rest, is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of wisdom. It's a sign of knowing that you matter, that your well-being matters, and that taking care of yourself is the most generous thing you can do, both for yourself and for the people who love you. When we start paying attention to these signs, when we start treating them as important messages instead of brushing them aside, we open the door to a better kind of living, a life where we have more energy, more patience, and more joy in the everyday moments. And that's something every single one of us deserves. When you think about it, our bodies are remarkable storytellers. They're always communicating with us, quietly and persistently, through these little signs. The trouble is, we've gotten so good at tuning them out, haven't we? We're used to pushing through tiredness, brushing aside aches, and telling ourselves, I'll deal with it later. But now, more than ever, later isn't good enough. Later becomes missed opportunities to feel better, stronger, and more alive today. One thing I've noticed, and maybe you have too, is that rest often feels like the last thing on the to-do list. There's always something more important that needs doing. Calls to return, dishes to wash, errands to run. But the truth is, rest isn't something we have to earn by finishing a checklist. It's something we need to prioritize because it fuels everything else. Without enough rest, even the simplest tasks start to feel heavier, like we're dragging a backpack full of rocks everywhere we go. And sometimes, the most powerful changes start with the simplest shifts, like giving yourself permission to pause, even when there's a laundry basket waiting. Like recognizing that saying, I need a break, isn't lazy, it's wise, it's mature, it's an act of self-respect. Let's talk for a moment about how emotional weariness can quietly sneak into our lives when we're not giving ourselves enough rest. It's not always about sadness or depression. Sometimes it's just that subtle feeling of being a little disconnected, a little less excited about the things that used to light you up. Maybe you used to love spending hours in the garden, tending every flower and vegetable with joy. But lately, even walking out the yard feels like a chore. Or maybe you used to eagerly plan family gatherings, and now the thought of hosting feels overwhelming instead of exciting. This emotional weariness can be tricky because it doesn't always scream for attention. It just settles in quietly, like a fog rolling in. You might not even realize how tired you are until you finally give yourself a real break. And then suddenly you feel lighter, clearer, like yourself again. That's why little acts of rest sprinkled throughout your day matter so much. You don't have to wait for a 2-week vacation to recharge. Sometimes it's as simple as closing your eyes for 10 minutes after lunch, putting on your favorite music and letting yourself sway a little, or stepping outside to feel the sun on your face. These tiny moments of rest are like drops of water that eventually fill the well back up. And when your well is full, life feels sweeter, lighter, and much more manageable. Another beautiful thing about honoring your body's need for rest is how it reconnects you with the present moment. So often, we're caught up in thinking about what's next, what needs to be done, where we need to be, what we forgot. But when you slow down, even for just a few minutes, you start to notice the simple pleasures that were always there. The way a breeze feels against your skin, the taste of fresh fruit, the soft laughter of a grandchild, the golden glow of a sunset. These are the moments that make life rich, and they're so easy to miss when we're running on empty. I know it can be challenging to shift gears, especially if you spend your whole life working hard and taking care of others. It might feel uncomfortable at first to choose rest, to say no to something, to sit quietly when the world is rushing around you. But choosing rest doesn't mean you're giving up. It means you're giving yourself the strength to keep going, to keep loving, to keep showing up for your life in the best way possible. If you're wondering where to start, think about your evenings. Are they rushed, filled with TV blaring and chores being finished at the last minute? Or are they a gentle winding down, a soft landing into sleep? Creating an evening routine that invites true rest can be a game changer. Maybe it's a warm cup of herbal tea, a few minutes of stretching, or reading a comforting book by soft light. Maybe it's simply turning off the news a little earlier and giving your mind a chance to breathe before bed. Your body will thank you. Your mind will thank you. You'll wake up feeling more like yourself, not overnight, maybe, but slowly, steadily, in a way that feels natural and lasting. And it's important to remember, rest isn't one size fits all. What restores you might look different from what restores someone else. Maybe for you, it's spending time quietly painting or writing letters or tending to a few potted plants. Maybe it's sitting by a window and watching the world outside while your favorite music hums softly in the background. Maybe it's long conversations with an old friend or short, peaceful moments alone. Whatever it looks like, the key is honoring it, listening when your body says, I need a break, and responding with kindness, not guilt. You've spent decades giving, building, striving, and caring. Now, part of living well is allowing yourself to receive rest, to receive peace, to receive the deep, healing quiet that lets your soul catch up to your body. And there's a real beauty in that, a grace that comes from slowing down enough to truly savor the life you created. So the next time you find yourself feeling foggy, achy, or a little more overwhelmed than usual, pause. Ask yourself, not what needs to be done, but what would nourish you in that moment? What would refill your well? What would make you feel more whole? Listening to that answer and honoring it could be one of the most life-giving gifts you ever give yourself. It's a powerful thing, isn't it, to realize that you have the ability to slow down and heal simply by giving yourself permission? And the truth is, as we move through our 60s, 70s, and beyond, the body craves that kindness more than ever. It craves gentle rhythms, deeper breaths, softer schedules. Not because we're weak, but because we've lived fully, and full lives deserve full rest. Now, there's one more sign I want to talk about today. It's a little less obvious than feeling tired or emotionally drained, but it can have just as big an impact. And that's noticing small changes in your balance or coordination. Maybe you find yourself reaching for the handrail more often, or feeling a little unsteady when you first stand up. Maybe you brushed it off as just getting older, but in many cases, it's your body waving a gentle flag, saying, hey, I need more time to recover. I need more time to restore my strength. When we're well rested, our muscles recover better, our reflexes stay sharper, and even our posture improves. It's easier to lift your feet when you walk, to react quickly if you stumble, to move with confidence. But when we're pushing through exhaustion, everything starts to feel just a little slower, a little heavier. And that's when small slips can happen. Not because you're clumsy, but because your body's energy reserves are running low. Imagine your body like a rechargeable battery. Every night of deep, restful sleep, every afternoon moment of quiet recharging helps to refill that battery. When you skip rest, when you push through for too long, the battery doesn't just empty. It can start to lose its ability to hold a full charge. And over time, that can make everyday activities feel harder than they need to be. But the good news is, just like a garden left untended can bloom again with care and patience, your energy, your steadiness, and your strength can all be nourished back with consistent rest and kindness to yourself. You might notice that when you prioritize sleep, even your mornings feel different. Maybe instead of waking up feeling stiff and slow, you stretch and feel a little more limber. Maybe your steps feel steadier, your mind feels clearer, and the day ahead seems more inviting instead of overwhelming. It's incredible how interconnected everything is. Rest supports balance. Balance supports confidence, and confidence opens the door to all the things that make life rich, like dancing at a family wedding, hiking a trail with friends, or simply walking to the market without worry. These moments aren't out of reach. They're right there, waiting for you to claim them. One good night's sleep, one deep breath, one mindful pause at a time. And speaking of mindfulness, taking moments throughout the day to check in with yourself is such a powerful habit. Not just powering through until bedtime, but actually asking, how am I feeling right now? Do I need to slow down? Do I need a little rest? It's like tuning an instrument before playing beautiful music. Your body needs that tuning too, and the more you practice listening, the more naturally it will come. Maybe it's lying down for 20 minutes in the afternoon, even if you don't fully fall asleep. Maybe it's sitting outside with a cup of tea, letting the breeze brush past your face while you let your mind drift. Maybe it's turning off the phone for a while, giving yourself a little island of peace in a noisy world. Whatever form it takes, these moments aren't luxuries. They're essentials. They're the quiet spaces where healing happens. I want you to remember something. Just because you can keep pushing doesn't mean you should. There's strength and endurance, yes. But there's also great wisdom in knowing when to step back and let your body replenish itself. You're not losing anything by resting. You're gaining clarity, resilience, and joy for the days ahead. There's a certain magic in choosing yourself, in recognizing that your well-being matters, not just to you, but to people who love you, the moments still waiting for you, the memories yet to be made. When you take the time to care for yourself, you make it possible to keep showing up for the life you love, not just surviving, but thriving. And honestly, what better gift could you give yourself at this beautiful stage of life? The freedom to rest when you need it, the grace to move at your own pace, the wisdom to say, "Today I will take care of me." As you move through your days, I hope you'll listen closely to your body's whispers, honor its needs, celebrate its signals. Know that every step you take toward deeper rest is a step toward more energy, more clarity, and more joyful living. You're not just aging. You're growing into a new, richer chapter of your life. And with a little more rest, a little more gentleness, you're setting yourself up to enjoy every beautiful moment it has to offer. And as you walk into this next season of life, I hope you carry this truth with you. Needing more rest doesn't mean you're slowing down in spirit. It simply means you've earned the right to honor your body's wisdom. Every breath, every beat of your heart, every step you take is a testament to the life you've lived and the life you still have ahead. Rest isn't retreat. It's a gathering of strength. It's a quiet, powerful way of saying, I am preparing myself for more beautiful days to come. Think about all the things you love doing, whether it's tending to your garden, playing with your grandkids, meeting a friend for coffee, or simply enjoying a walk through the park. All of these moments are sweeter, fuller, when you are rested. When your mind feels sharp, your body feels steady, and your heart feels open. That's what we're really talking about when we talk about rest. It's about giving yourself the foundation to truly live, not just exist. So the next time you feel that gentle tug for a little more sleep, a little more stillness, a little more time to simply be, I hope you won't brush aside. I hope you'll embrace it like an old friend, a friend who's been cheering you on all along, whispering, it's okay to slow down. It's okay to take care of you. And if anyone ever makes you feel guilty for it, if that little voice inside tries to tell you that you're being lazy or dramatic or weak, I want you to remember that rest is not weakness. It's wisdom. It's love in action. It's choosing to nourish the incredible body and soul that have carried you through so much already. There's a quiet kind of courage in taking a nap when you need one, in sitting still when the world seems to demand you move faster, in putting your hand over your heart and saying, I deserve to feel good. That is strength the world doesn't talk about enough, but it's real, and it's yours. Imagine waking up each morning feeling a little lighter, moving through your day with a little more ease, feeling laughter bubble up without effort, feeling connected to the people and places you love because you have the energy to truly be present. That's what honoring your rest makes possible. And you deserve every bit of it. Your journey is far from over. In fact, some of the most beautiful chapters might still be ahead. More memories to make, more sunrises to watch, more dreams to chase. And the more you listen to your body's need for rest, the more prepared you'll be to greet each of those moments with open arms. I want you to know how much it matters, this choice to care for yourself. It's not selfish. It's not indulgent. It's necessary. It's brave. And it's a shining example to everyone around you that life after 60 isn't about fading away. It's about blooming in new ways, ways that are full of joy, wisdom, and deep, deep vitality. So today and every day forward, I hope you'll give yourself permission to rest when you need it, to move at a pace that honors your heart, your mind, and your body, to embrace the beautiful rhythm of life, with all its ebbs and flows, all its quiet moments and glorious bursts of energy. You are not alone on this journey. We're walking it together, cheering each other on one mindful step at a time. If this message resonated with you today, I would love to hear about it. Feel free to share your thoughts, your experiences, or even just a simple hello down in the comments. Your voice matters here, and your story might just inspire someone else who needed to hear it too. And if you found this conversation helpful, don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. We're building a beautiful, supportive community here, one where we lift each other up one encouraging word at a time. Thank you so much for spending part of your day with me. Your presence here means more than you know. Keep shining, keep resting, and most of all, keep believing in the incredible journey that still lies ahead for you. Here's to living your most vibrant, joyful life, at any age. Until next time, take care of yourself. You are deeply loved, and you are never, ever alone.